Hey guys, Paddy from Living to Learn. Just thought I'd do a quick video and come around here and start messing around with my tarps. I've got a few tarps that I want to have a look at and show you. Just having a bit of fun with them, trying out different things. Aidan Parry on the page was just asking the question about any ideas how to set up the fully enclosed version setup. There's loads of information on YouTube, and this is going to be another one, of course. But this is just the way I do it. I want to show you what I do, different ways. It's trial and error, and with plenty of error, trust me. But if you want to have an idea what to do, this one here is a DD 4x4 tarp. It's the big bad boy of the tarps. Now, you do fold it in half and then fold it in quarter over, meet the corners again, and it gives you this shape. So you're basically looking at this thing here is flat on the ground, and you've got you have it folded in maybe a quarter, and then you just pull up one of the corners and then you live in that. Now this is just quickly thrown up and it's not tied out properly, and you've got loosey flappy bits around here. So I would be tying them off, closing in all these flappy bits. If wind gets in there, you'll be flapping like mad. It's basically, I would call that, I wouldn't say inclement weather sort of setup, but will keep you out of rain, and if you've no separate ground sheet that you can use, that's a handy one to have. So that is set up with no ridgeline, and you don't necessarily need that second pole I have inside there, walking pole. I would always carry a couple of walking poles and have them with me, but it is handy to have it. If you've noticed no trees, if you're summit camping, anything like that, that is a standalone setup where you just need a few pegs, guy lines, and your walking stick and your setup. That's that 4x4. I think they weigh about 1.5 kg, 2 kilos of 4x4. It's a big bad boy. Now we get on to this one here, which is the Camogram Helicon. I've recently brought out a bushcraft line in their products, and this is, I got this from Alan over in Hobby Airsoft, the camo shop, and they're I love it. I think it's a brilliant piece of kit. It's got your usual 6 loops on the ridge line. These ones go here. So the way I have this one set up is your triangle setup, which is a single tie out point up here onto the tree on your corner, and you raise it as high as you want or low as you want, and you stake out the rest of it, as you can see there. Now, plenty of room in that. Disadvantages: no ground sheet. Advantages: you can sit up. You can sit up in it. You could be well sheltered from a lash of rain, which we're well used to here in Ireland. So no ground sheet, so you're going to have a separate ground sheet. Now you could adapt this in a way where you could go half again, you fold it back in again, and you could create a ground sheet with the areas up there. But that's a different configuration. That's just a triangle, quick setup, tarp off the tree, one tie out with a tie out point. That's your benefit of that, is sitting up and you're tied off. Now the other one I was trying with is the fully enclosed long tunnel tent setup. This is my super light DD tarp. I'd probably use this one more than the other ones. I first bought that one there, which is the 4x4, and I got the super light DD just for weight purposes. We were all on a super light buzz, thanks Bernard Nulty. He recommended that. Great tarp, and does what it's supposed to do. Same amount of tie-out loops on the ridge line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. No, I lie. We've got five ridge line loops on this one here. 5 ridge line loops on this one, 6 on that one there. So you'll see it's a little bit smaller as well. It's a 2.9 by 3 meter as far as I know. And the way I have this set up, I was just messing around with it. I wouldn't normally set one up like this. This takes a bit longer. It takes about half an hour or so, fiddling around with it, tweaking it, and it does rely on a couple of sticks and a few guy lines, as you can see. But there's a massive amount of room in it. Positives: you're well sheltered, and it is adaptable where you can drop these sides down if you wanted to, turn the sides in. But I'd always recommend have some sort of a fall on the angle there, like so, for water dispersion. And the most important thing about setting up a tarp as well is make sure everything is pulled taut, nice and tight. Now I've a load of saggy bits here, and I don't really like talking about my saggy bits, but however, this is pull taut and there's a few slack bits on it, but if you don't really keep them tight, any bit of wind at all flapping away and it's just going to come apart on you, and you'll be left like a dirty tea towel on the line, on the washing line, just hanging out your ridge line. Now I've only used the 3 center ridge line loops on this, as you can see, and that gives me the option then to put the side walls down for more protection. And the advantages is protection against the wind, the elements, and you're well in there as well. So I think that's a decent setup, but if you're willing to set it up and you want to keep more protected, well, that's good. Disadvantages, you can't really sit up in it. Even me, I'm only a little hobbit. You can't really sit up in that. So it's basically for keeping your gear dry and a refuge if you want to run in and just lie down your side and stay warm in the shower, or dry even. So that's that. And you see you have a good bit of water dispersion at the back, comes down, and tie off points should be all nice and taut and tight. And a couple of knots you're going to need to use is your Prusik knot, a good old Prusik knot. That's very handy to know if you're using a ridge line. Also, I would recommend you get yourself a couple of small carabiner clips, because otherwise you've got a quick release and a quick loop onto that piece there. You can tie it onto your loop and then adjust how tight it is by pulling the Prusik knot back. That's a self-locking knot, friction. So bit of bamboo, a couple of sticks, 2 sticks required in that. I'm sure you're going to be somewhere you'll have sticks that you can use if you really need to. And you can drop that down fully. You can drop this whole side down if you do want to get fully enclosed and go as a fully enclosed tent setup. Disadvantages as well is that if you're fully enclosed like that, you'd sleep easily 3 people in that, 4 people if you wanted it, but you're going to have a lot of condensation, so you could be dripping from the inside as well. So that's it, your other carabiner, other loop. That's just one I was messing around with today. I haven't done this one before, so I just said I'd share that with you. Aidan was asking about it. Now, one thing I do like to bring with me, and it doesn't take up much weight, I'll show you, is a separate ground sheet. Now these are only a couple of quid, and it's 215 by 215 centimeters. You know, so 2 meters, 150 I should say. So 2 meters, 150 millimeters. So that is very adaptable to everything. You don't have to incorporate it into your tarp setup. When you're making a tarp, you don't have to incorporate a floor into it. You can actually just bring that in, throw that in, and have all your gear on that. I'd rather carry that and use that and have more room and headspace in the tarp. For the sake of this, weighs probably about 500 grams. I'll give you a look at it. I think they get them on eBay, Nature Hike. Just type in that and you'll see the tarp setup. And this is a high glow orange one as well I have. So if you ever do need to have an emergency signal or be seen or try to be found, that's the one that you could use. You know, if you're in a desperate situation, SOS situation, you have your high glow orange where you can be found. Or you can just go stealth, go camo, and you can go and hide and shelter. Okay, boys, that's it. I was going to do something with this poncho, but I'm not now. You can do a small emergency shelter with your poncho if you wanted it. You basically tie out. I'm not going to take it out and show you. You have your hood. So you tie your hood with your draw loops on it. Close it as tight as you can. Fold it over. Tie a loop on it. And find a hanging point somewhere. And then you could do that. You could hang that up and tie out on the bottom as well. You could tie out from the sides and the bottoms. So they are fairly adaptable emergency shelter. Or you can just put it on you. Whatever you want to do. Okay folks, that's it. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you get some sort of help. But look, there is thousands and thousands of videos out there. One thing I will say to you is practice. You need to practice these. You need to get out in the ground, get out in your backyard and practice them. That's what I'm doing.